Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. And we should be live. Let me go ahead and check. Yes, we are in fact live. Awesome. Alright, hello everyone. Ace here. Welcome to today's live stream. I'm joined today with returning guest Nathan X2000.
Thank you once again for having me on. Always a pleasure.
Thank you for being on. And today we are back with some more Star Wars The High Republic adventures. The Nefarious Nivdrindal. Okay? And this...
Sorry, I was going to say, one thing I've noticed when doing your streams is that when it goes to the description, it always says that the game is Star Wars Eclipse that's being played.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why that does that? Because I don't even think Star Wars Eclipse is out.
Well, it's part of a brilliant plan. See, when a Star Wars Eclipse does eventually come out, and keep in mind it is the High Republic themed game, Disney, YouTube is basically going to be full of my live streams and shorts tearing a new one into the High Republic in general.
Okay, big brain move. I get you.
Plus, anyone that wants to know the lore of High Republic, well, if they search High Republic or something, or Star Wars Eclipse, they're going to be getting my videos.
Good. Teach them. Show them the way.
So, yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and carry on. So, apparently this is Now or Never Part 1. Written by Daniel Jose
Older. Say the line, Ace. It's a tradition at this point.
Daniel Jose Older. Yay! Illustrated by Alyssa Ramboli. Color art by Michael Taya. Letters by Commicraft's Tyler Smith and Jimmy Betancourt. Cover art by Harvey Tolabao with Kevin Tolabao. Somehow, I suspect those two people might be related.
Nah, that's a conspiracy theory. Don't know what you're on about.
And
nothing that would indicate that.
And variant cover by Jo Mi Jong. I probably butchered that name, but... Publisher Mike Richardson. Okay, let's actually see how... So this is a recurring theme. Let's see how many people had to actually read this comic before it got to the public. So we have Daniel Jose Older, the writer. We have the two letterers. We have one editor, three editor. Okay, so 3 editors so far. Then we have for Lucasfilm. So what? We have up to 6 people now, right? We have senior editor, so 7. Associate editor, 8. And we'll go ahead and include the Lucasfilm story group. You would think that the people involved in the story group would have read the story.
Well,
So 11 people.
The story group.
Huh?
I said, yeah, it's the story group. What else would the job kind of be?
So 11 people, according to this comic, have read this comic. And it passed 11 sets of eyes before going to the general public. So keep all of that in mind. All right, so...
I don't know. If you've got like 11 people with the same brain deficiency, can you really be surprised?
I can't, but it is worth pointing out every single time.
Oh, that's true.
Anyways, Star Wars, The High Republic, those 100,000 lights. Zine, Lula, and the Republic forces have been scouring the galaxy for any hint as to the whereabouts of Farzala, Buckets of Blood, and their other friends who vanished when Starlight Beacon fell a year earlier. A tip from chaotic droid 5AG3's spy network leads them to focus on Corvix Varn, and a Heel prison ship that makes occasional runs outside of the occlusion zone. The Jedi and their allies prepare for a desperate raid that could cost them everything, or finally reveal the answers they've so urgently sought.
So they're selling this as a very serious comic now, as per that description.
Yeah, we'll see if it actually is.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's hope they keep that energy.
It's been 1 year and 2 weeks, Lula, of knowing exactly what I want to say. Lula, are you here? Oh. All those words building up inside me, trying to claw their way out.
Do you want me to voice her?
Yep.
Just laying this part of me to rest for good.
And now here she is, finally in front of me.
As the Jedi do.
And when I try to find those words, they're just gone. I came to find you because they got a hit on the tracker.
On the prison ship? We gotta.
Yeah, let's go. The strike team is assembling now, and let me tell you, I would not want to be on the other end of their cannons. Is that just a figure of speech, or... Okay.
I don't know.
We'll see. Alright, so we got Jedi Knight Court, Jedi Padawan Adi Sunzi, Jedi Master Cantum C, Admiral Cronara, Commander of the Republic Defense Coalition, Jedi Master Tani Brewil, renowned lightsaber expert, Jedi Padawan Ion Gorkin, Argoman Black Market Smuggler / Spy, SA-63, or 5AG3, sorry.
Yeah.
Multi-hyphenate Chaotic Droid, Jedi Master Fleer Riedling, and Jedi Padawan Eric Lambs. Okay, then. So, I guess we'll see. You want to voice Cantum C?
Yeah.
And I guess I can voice Admiral Cronara. We'll see how this goes.
Hang on, just to preempt it, because I think the droid says something. Can I have the droid again?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Admiral Cronara, welcome to Iriadu. We're grateful to have you with us for this mission.
Of course, you have the full support of the RGC. You've all been rigorously vetted, so listen up and speak freely. Based on info from a source who has been inside the prison...
That's...
I think that was my...
Yeah, go ahead and voice this character.
Yeah, I think that was me from last time.
Alright.
That's me. I'm the sauce.
My source is I made it the fuck up.
And passed along data to their handler here on Iriadu.
I'm their handler. You're welcome.
May I continue?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ah, there you are, Lula. Are you sure you're... I'm ready.
Our technicians built a rough hollow model of the Corvix Corn.
When starlight fell, I had nowhere to go. After a life of wandering, that was the only place I called home.
Several batteries of laser cannons line the bilge and aloft areas. They're equipped with hull blaster bombs that will be able to inflict catastrophic damage to our team. Deep down...
Wait.
What?
Hang on. Is that meant to be whole blaster? It says blister?
Surely they did not misspell
There is no
blaster
fucking way.
with
It's been through 11 editors and they all missed whole blister. Whole blister.
Surely that has to be just some technology they pulled out of the rectum and not them just misspelling stuff.
Apparently, hull blistering is a term used in boating, but I'm not seeing anything to do with Star Wars weaponry.
That does not bode well.
Oh my fucking god.
Deep down, I just wanted to wander off again, disappear. My heart ached too much to be near anyone else I cared about. I can relate, what with them apparently misspelling blaster as blister.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's carry on. I guess I can voice this guy. We've got a bomber of our own. That's light work. Not while their shield generator is active, I'm afraid. From what we've seen, it's something beyond the average defense unit. But I stuck around because having Republic forces at my back was my best chance at tracking down Lula Farzala and the others.
More importantly, though, our first target, once we get those shields down, will have to be their hyperdrive. They'll be itching to get out of Republic space once we show up.
Now that Lula's back and we may be about to find the others, I'll have done what I set out to do.
We will not let that happen.
Zine, what's wrong?
Since Lula's return, we've just been trying to help her heal. There hasn't been time to talk, not really. But there's so much to say.
Master Kantam, and I will draw their fire in our vectors.
I'm okay, I promise. She knows how I feel, knows I love her.
A female saying that nothing's wrong and that they promise us.
Yeah, I know.
I've never heard of that being true.
Yeah, usually they say it with the voice that you could just tell that there's absolutely something wrong.
Yeah, like nothing's wrong. I'm fine.
And that is when the alarm bells start going.
Yeah.
And the tornado sirens in the background.
You've got like the brain in the skull, but just above the brain is like the red flashing light just to like alert to all stations. Woman mad.
Heresy! Heresy! Heresy!
Okay. If there are any fighters scrambled, Zine, Lula, and Kurt will keep them busy.
They're ours. And she was still figuring out who she is, who she was, and what she's always been is Jedi through and through. Her loving me doesn't change that. Well, there was that time where the first thing she did when regaining consciousness with amnesia is loot the dead for their stuff and immediately put their clothes on.
Well, I mean, as a Jedi, it's conflicting, but I don't know, in a survival situation, I wouldn't mind doing that.
In a survival situation? Sure. But it's just not a Jedi through and through behavior is all I'm going to say.
Exactly. Yeah.
What is up with these faces, too, on some of these people?
Any panels in particular?
Take the middle one, for example. Why everyone's just got the goofiest smiles right now?
I don't fucking know.
This is supposed to be a briefing for a major and very dangerous raid.
Yeah, there's they could lose their lives. They could all be wiped out, or they could be captured by the Sith or the Nihil and be subject to immense torture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do it, guys, with the power of friendship.
Don't tempt them. Kevin Scott already put that in as one of the plot points from one of his comics.
I am well aware. I'm repressing that memory.
Alright. Well, shall we continue?
That leaves our RDC starfighters and your vector to take out the generator. The engines and those... No, no, it's blister bombs apparently.
Okay.
They meant blister. It's fine. They've made up a weapon. It's okay, sure.
Let's see how dangerous this weapon is. I mean, they've introduced it to us. They have to show us how dangerous it is, or at least let us know how more than this.
Yeah, it's gotta be a really cool weapon, right? They're not gonna completely fuck it up and undervalue it in any way.
Alright, I'm going to give this character a voice for comedic effect. Consider it done already.
You fucking chain smoker. Get 20 a day.
I won't make the same mistake I did before and try to bury my feelings or protect her from them. Bitch! One of the comics, you force-choked your childhood friend. Burying your feelings is not something you've ever been known to do.
She tried to bury them, but in her fucking friend's throat.
She tries to bury her friends more than her feelings.
Exactly. But then again, you know, when have the Jedi ever been hypocrites, Ace? When?
Well, the entirety of this the entirety of the High Republic story, for one thing, but I digress.
Oh, really? I didn't notice they were hypocrites. I thought they were upstanding members of a very sacred council.
Sadly, yes. It's just the council has become complete cancer now.
Yes. Okay. Good. Because until those blister bombs are quiet, we won't be able to bring in the transport ship with our boarding party to get those prisoners to safety.
But I can't tell Lula what to do with her life. All I can do is say what I want. If she chooses the path of the Jedi, I'll accept it and then walk away. Also, does anyone else consider it to be bad writing to have this cringe-ass love plot going on in the background while we're busy getting this briefing? I get the character is distracted and all that, but...
Funny enough, I came across this in, do you know the game series XCOM?
Yeah, a little bit.
So turns out XCOM 2 has a series of books about it, and I read one of the books the other month. Like, I want to do a video about it. But the entire time, there's the plot line to setting up XCOM 2 between that and XCOM 1. There's a love plot going in the background, and it's just genuine AIDS. Like, I could not have cared less. And I'm getting the same vibes that I am doing now.
This isn't quite as bad as Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor for dumb love plots.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot about that.
But at least Michael Bay's Pearl Harbor got us some decent video games.
I mean, and the action scenes weren't too bad, I suppose.
I've seen better, but...
Oh, yeah, I've seen better, but, you know, they were tolerable.
But the games themselves some of the games were actually kind of interesting. Admittedly, these weren't official movie licensed games, but it was more the case of, oh, hey, this historical event is obviously not trademarked. So we can make a video game with the title.
Although, to be fair, that does sound like peak American trying to capitalize Pearl Harbor.
There's a couple of them. One of the two I would recommend is Pearl Harbor Zero Hour, which is a open world top-down air combat game. Which basically just goes through various historical battles or whatever. Although there's an Easter egg where if you get it, you basically unlock the History Channel edition of World War II. By which I mean you fly around in a UFO shooting down zeros.
I fucking knew the moment you said History Channel. It's gonna be aliens. It's gonna be aliens and Nazis. Which one?
It actually went with time travel in this case. So you travel back from the future, equipped with F-22 Raptors, and UFOs.
Jesus. Easter.
And then someone, I guess, from Japan decides to travel back from the future to try to stop you from... Well, the mission that you do this in very specifically is basically you stopping Pearl Harbor from happening by destroying all the Japanese planes that attacked and saving all the ships. And then, so apparently some pissed off Japanese dude travels back from the future and then tries to destroy your time machine. But so that's one of them. The other one is Beyond Pearl Harbor Pacific Warriors. Is another air combat game. You might be noticing a theme here. And it has some of the... It is one of the least historically accurate World War II games of all time. Even in comparison to the UFOs. Because you've got things like glow guns and lightning guns. And everything else like that. It is actually kind of awesome. Definitely a recommended game if you're up for a more obscure arcade air combat game.
Might check it out.
Indeed. All right. Forever.
Now, let's go bring our people home.
Alright. So we have what looks like discount Jedi Starfighters and discount 170s. So we'll see how that goes.
It just looks like someone tried to make a Starfighter out of like a Dorito or a pizza slice.
It looks like someone has tried to draw Episode 2 and Episode 3 Starfighters, but having very vague memory of what they actually looked like.
Yeah, they just drew the shape, like none of like the detail of the wings. It's just a flying fucking Dorito.
The Corvix Vorn, a Heel prison ship.
Okay, I'll voice the guard.
Okay.
You heard me, grubs. Everyone to the yard. Go.
We must have entered Republic space.
Perhaps it's time.
Not yet. It's been 1 year and 2 weeks of hiding who we are just to stay alive. How? How did you hide who you are? We know the Nihil basically have those Saddam Hussein wanted cards from the Iraq War, but for Jedi. Because we've seen them in earlier issues. And you guys were all presumably captured on Starlight Beacon or immediately after it. And at no point did any of the Nihil decide, you know, these people who happen to look exactly like Jedi on our Jedi Most Wanted cards and who happen to be on Starlight Beacon, they might be Jedi.
Maybe it's so far in the future that the Nihil don't want to be cancelled for assuming that that aliens of a certain race all look the same. They don't want to be seen as racist.
I mean, they've already picked out specific Jedi who are other aliens from just the cards, so...
I know, it wasn't serious. Fucking it's bullshit.
I know.
Or whatever.
Not sure if we'll get another chance. They've got something in the works. That my Niv Drendau fellow.
Grr.
I know, not yet.
I said move, filth.
The Warden made it clear from day one that he planned to root out and execute any Jedi among their prisoners. I know, Bindle. Just hold on. Remember your meditations. Trust in the Force.
I I think maybe we have to. Do we?
Not yet, little one. Not yet. But soon. Also, they have the Nameless that can detect or cause Jedi to lose their minds. At no point did they consider just having a Nameless, go through the prison ship. Kind of like, how a drug dog goes through and sniffs out stuff.
Uh-huh.
They've...
But no, plot armor. Always.
Warden, we shouldn't be out in the open like this. We can do the test in my lab. A sterile environment with fewer distractions. The Warden, disgraced Nihil Enforcer. Driget Pass, mysterious associate of Niv Drendau.
Niv Drendau, my boy, where's your sense of theater?
I don't like it. They know... I don't know what voice to give this character.
Sounds like it's ruined your voice.
No, I'm alright. Also, Niv Drendau, a Pruk scientist, disciple of the notorious Baron Bulan. Well, this character is a girl. I guess I can... I don't like it. They know something's happening. We're too exposed. They told us if anyone escaped, they'd kill one prisoner every day they were gone. And they meant it. They weren't just idle threats. They knew what they were doing. So, someone tested it out. Clearly. Also, the escape from the How do you escape from a prison ship when it's going through the stars like that? It has to be through an escape pod or something, right? So
yeah, there's gotta be emergency escape pods for like the higher ups or like the guards and stuff.
And that doesn't get detected immediately?
Well, I mean, if it's dedicated Nihil space, you'd imagine it would, but again, plot armor.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, they will survive. That's why I hate these comics, because there's no stakes to them.
Yeah. Well, that's one of many, many reasons to dislike these comics.
Yeah, many, but I'm just saying it's one.
Alright. Well, let's carry on, shall we?
Well, yes. The truth of the matter is too complex for some tag-along gutter rat from Varlo to understand. No surprises there.
Hey! More than any wall or chain, our own compassion was what kept us bound to this horrible place.
Now, let's begin the show. What's wrong? I don't know. Something bad is here.
I feel it too. It's that case. Bindle, spread the word to the others to stay calm. Don't let what's happening show. Quickly! That feeling, it's the same terror we felt on Starlight.
Yeah, though, I love the villain. Like, he looks really cool. Like, I like a humanoid bat creature.
Yeah, he does actually look kind of cool.
Well, my friends, it took an entire year of wrangling, but I finally found a way to answer that burning question. Who among you is Jedi? Jedi invented. I saw buckets of blood in electrical.
Blue is sus.
Oh no.
Okay, now it's time. Let the others know and wait for my signal. Very well.
on it.
Wait, Farshala, what are you? Hey, you there, little pale guy. Yeah, you. We see through you. You're terrified, you little creep. None of us are Jedi, but maybe you are, eh? What is this?
Oh, good. Our first volunteer. Bring him up here.
Ow! Get your greasy paws off me. One thing I'll say about your collar, though. Don't. Makes it harder to gnaw on the scab, right? Less risk of infection.
That's really the best you could come up with?
Sick burn, bro. Can't chew on your scab. Ooh. Sure showed him.
One question, boy. What's that? Why are you so sweaty? Huh? Oh, that's easy. It's 'cause...
I am Jedi.
What?
Kill her.
I am Jedi. And I am Jedi.
Kill them. Kill them all.
My children, no!
You're telling me that these highly dangerous nameless that have been giving Jedi problems the entire time they've been introduced can just be pushed away that fucking easily?
Yeah,
I know some
apparently.
moron is going to try to say, but these are baby nameless. Okay, why the fuck didn't they just bring an adult nameless up here, to prevent that sort of thing from happening?
Plot. Again, I'll say it. I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. Plot.
I am Jedi. I am Jedi.
Jedi. I am Jedi.
I like how they're trying to pull an I'm Spartacus sort of situation.
Yeah, I was thinking about that like when they were chanting it.
All right, 1, 2, 3. This is
it.
Leaving hyperspace. Get ready, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Now
Or
never.
never.
Dum dum dum.
The Republic is here. Seal the doors. No one leaves the yard.
What? Warden, my children are out there. I must get them to safety. This is a terrible plan.
I thought a scientist of your caliber would understand. Those prisoners out there are our insurance policy.
Just get us out of here. We can make it across the storm wall in.
Why would I do that? When I have the Jedi exactly where I want them.
You fool! I must protect my children. Yvjindal, wait. All fighters hold fire. The prisoners are in that yard. If we blow the shield generator...
Do you want me to voice them?
Yeah.
We're getting chopped up out here. Someone has to quiet those blister bombs.
Working on it. Pull back. We need to regroup. Out of range. No!
They'll get away.
If they're going to flee, they already would have. Stand by and stay away from those bombs.
You know, the loading dock is right there below the laboratory, jutting out of that central tower. And I do still have my access card to get in.
Why does an inmate have an access card? Well, she probably stole it. Okay.
Wasn't she still like a smuggler?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Wait, why wouldn't the Nihil have deactivated her card?
Do I have to say it the millionth and first time again?
The plot.
What?
Master Tanny, can you and the others keep those cannons busy for another few moments? We have a new plan.
And quote, follow us. Also, I've got to say, looking at the design of that prison ship, that looks fucking stupid.
Yes, it does.
That's like some big, bulky sci-fi Easter egg.
That is the ugliest spaceship I have ever seen.
That's so lame.
I mean, the Borg have a simplistic design to their spaceships, sure.
Yeah, but you expect that, like, the Borg of no emotion, they don't go for fanciful design. They just go for, like, whatever's best for them.
Mm-hmm.
But the Nihil, like, they're eccentric villains, clearly by Mr. like Vampire Bat thingy over here.
Mm-hmm.
That is dumb.
I agree. I wish Neil deGrasse Tyson... Someone should send the image of this comic to Neil deGrasse Tyson just so he could have an aneurysm. He'll be bitching about how those thrusters would actually be causing this thing to spin wildly because they're not centered.
Exactly.
Alright, let's carry on. There's some action. Apparently, some of these characters are Ocarina of Time fans because they've got Navi the Fairy to assist them. Warden!
What is it?
Level 3 guards say the shields are breached. A landing party has boarded and is fighting their way toward the yard.
What? How?
They landed there, you dumb moron?
They didn't fucking teleport in. Never mind that. Yeah, never mind. Give me that. What into control room? On my order, drop the shields.
Warden, not the shields. What are you doing?
Winning.
Sir?
Do it.
No! Come on, you fool! My children! This dude probably thinks those nameless really are his kids or something.
Well, I mean, with the amount of fervor that he wants to save them, I mean, like, I can at least give him credit for being a decent dad and wanted to save his children throughout everyone else getting shot.
You say that, but he brought his children into a prison yard.
Hey, I said he was... Hey, just because he's a good father doesn't mean he's a good person.
Now I'm reminded of Shit Crusader Kings say, because there was one person that said, I think it was... So, for those who don't know, Shit Crusader Kings say is a Reddit, one of the very few Reddits that's actually been amusing to watch. Because one of the things they'll do is they'll actually... It just takes out-of-context comments made by people who've played the Crusader Kings games and shows them for comedic effect. So one of the examples of that, for those who don't know... Okay, apparently YouTube was hiding everyone's comments from me, so that's why I wasn't reading any of the comments here. So, yeah. Anyways, one of the things I think that was from Crusader Kings say, it was something along the lines of, are you implying that prison is not a good place for a teenager? There's so many quotes from shit Crusader Kings say that are just... It is worth noting, though, that Crusader Kings 2 can become one of the most degenerate things possible. Like, it turns into a Game of Thrones on crack at times. Which is how you get people saying things on shit Crusader Kings say, like, and I quote, "My wife is pissed that I'm banging our mom."
I've just seen a post from the Commie Weeaboo, which it's Reddit, so I can expect. And it says, I reached a critical mass of inbred children, so when one of them died, I set off a chain reaction of people dying of stress.
Oh, no.
Spoiler, how can I eat a baby?
You found the Reddit, haven't you?
I am looking through the Reddit. Oh, it's so good.
There's so many comments on there that are very, very special.
Oh, I'm going to keep this subreddit open there for after the stream. I'm just going to start reading through it.
Or it says the chain reaction children sounds interesting. Blue guy drops some hard acid. Yeah, a little bit. Alright, let's see where this goes. No! Warden, they'll blow us to...
You can put up the shields momentarily. In the meantime, get ready to let loose your blister bombs. We're about to deal a devastating blow to the Republic and the Jedi dogs.
Okay, when in the entire history of Star Wars have weapons of that nature required you to lower the shields in order to fire? Wait, maybe this is some sort of tactical ploy. We'll see where this goes.
Maybe. I think I know what they're doing.
What
We're
are they
about
doing?
to deal. Well, they're turning off the shields, so that kind of exposes them to the vacuum of space.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna kill them all by choking them.
Okay.
We're about to deal a devastating blow to the Republic and their Jedi dogs on their own turf.
To be
It's over.
continued.
Yay, it's over.
The pain and suffering is over for now.
For now.
Next issue, which feels like more of a threat than anything. So now all of them got sucked out into space, so that's going to be an interesting thing, to say the very least. Let me read some of these comments here, so we get started on that. Nika says, just forget you need air, it works for the orcs.
That is true.
Also, remember the Jedi could breathe in space before. As I said, now they can't because plot dictates. You're expecting too much from this comic, Ace. Orcs don't work, they think they work, so they work that way. They are special. Let's see what somebody... And today on Reasons Why I Love the Smell of Late Palm in the Morning, High Republic. Ace is using the tactic of preemptive bombardment. Just hope he uses nuclear ammo. Daniel Jose and the 11 editors that have to make sure this is the most shit they can write. Yeah. Brain deficiency, then you assume they have one, or that they use it. If they do have one, what are you doing? Oppressed black Jedi woman that likes to use fear tactics is wasting good armor by burning it somehow. Yeah. I mean, that is a good disguise, and she was passing herself as a Nihil commander, which would have actually been a useful thing to do to try to stage a prison break, now that I think about it. Ura says, you always see so many names. I don't see anyone I'm going to like or care about, so to me, everyone, protagonist included, is chaff. Hull blister, what? We had 11 fuckers here. Are we going to use terminal bombs on the hull to make a blister that we then have to pop or what? Tehedora says, hey yo. Ura says, is this bitch worrying about feelings before a fight that may very well kill either all of the people on her side or all the prisoners she has to rescue? Priorities, woman. Yep. The faces are shit. Oh, you mean another day in the High Republic? At least we aren't changing people's races every chapter, I think. Or says, I say this every time this bitch is in a comic. They let the pink catastrophe keep her powers. The Psycho is worse than most Sith in the old lore. They at least didn't excuse their own shit. Well, at least that book just had a little bit of AIDS. The High Republic is 99.9% AIDS. Completely historically accurate. The epic return of buckets of blood. The only person I gave half a fuck about. Also, remember that the cards tell you how much they pay for these people, and all of these are famous, some of them for no reason, so they should be worth enough money to know their faces. Sure, compassion. The Jedi in this universe has a lot of it. Nico says, the fuck was that the vampire edgelord? Also, hi guys. Or says, hey Nico, you come just in time to lose every single neuron in your brain. Nico says, takes fewer to make this comic. Or says, oh my fucking god. And Nico says, and I am all the Jedi. Theodora says, those are some ugly children. Indeed they are, but they are supposed to be nameless, so. Or says, no, you are all the braid damage. Nico says, this is Jedi kick. Or says, no, this is just shit. Don't bring Sparta memes into it. Or says, nitpick that fighter design is shit. It's more cockpit than fighter. Nico says, the will of the plot. Yeah, that's how it feels like 90% of the time. Why do random things happen? Well, it's the will of the plot. Or says, designers, these people are not. They aren't even writers either, but this crap is just keep going. Theodora says, hey, listen. Yeah, for Navi the Fairy, yeah. Joke's on you. Jedi can breathe in space in this universe. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Oros. Drop your shields, drop your pants, or well, they can't now because plot. And Cheesy says hello. I have finally read all the comments. Alright, so now with all of that said, let's actually talk about this. So, what are your thoughts, Nathan?
Plot armor. The Jedi are not going to die. They're going to rescue them all. Everyone's going to live happily ever after, and then the Heel are going to be shown to be shit villains.
Yep.
They were promised to be something, you know, like what was the original description from the High Republic the first time it started? You know, like there's this brand new evil on the horizon that is going to be super scary and everything. Mm-hmm. And they're just incompetent, eccentric villains.
Yep. Yep, that pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. I read it like I read this with you for the AIDS, but I've no investment in Star Wars anymore. At all.
I still like the old Star Wars, but yeah, Disney stuff, but although even then they're trying to slowly destroy that. Speaking of, what did you think of the classic collection?
I've not bought it. You shitting me? I have not bought it. Like, the moment I saw they were re-releasing it, I was like, I already have the old game, Star Wars Battlefront 2, modded to hell. And I've even got a version separate so that I can play multiplayer with a bunch of other people. Why the fuck would I buy a new re-released collection that the only new feature that I've seen promised were the fact that they've just ported the Xbox exclusives over to the other platforms? There's no way it warrants $30.
They did a few other things. I know, for example, that I know they brought split screen back. Not
Ooh, split. Ooh, $30 split. Ooh, fucking. They could just buy the old game for 2 people. Just have them playing that way.
Yeah, but on the same computer.
Well, maybe you should invest in your own computer. I don't fucking know. But like $30 for split screen, I'm pretty sure that was on the PC port of the
No, the
original Star Wars
PC
Battlefront.
port does not have split screen. You can get it though through emulating the Xbox version.
Well, I mean, you just answered your own thing then.
Once
Split
the
screen and
Xbox
emulator
emulation
Battlefront 2.
is in good enough shape, of course. But well.
Hmm.
So there's that. Yeah. I mean, if they had included Steam Workshop, then that could have actually been legitimately interesting.
Yeah.
Or crossplay, which they didn't even include that.
Oh wait, hang on. No, you could get split screen on the PC version. I've just seen it.
How? I've never.
I don't know. I think it's something you've got to change in the options.
Nico says, Nathan, would you say they found a way to stack plot armor? Or it says, how the fuck can you stack plot armor? It is invulnerable +1, and you reroll every time until you get it right.
Well, clearly you've never heard of plot armor to the power of 2. Or to the power of 3.
How about plot armor to the point that not only do they fail to do any damage to you, but they hurt themselves instead?
I swear to God, the Ultramarines from 40k are looking at the Jedi and the High Republic and they're going, okay, that's taking the piss. You've at least got to have some guys die.
So yeah, that all happened.
What are your thoughts on the comic, by the way?
Not good.
Well, I mean, it gathered.
I will say this: it's not Daniel Jose Older's worst work. In fact, it's one of the better ones so far. I mean, we've only been an hour at it, which is par for the course, but it's not really. At least it hasn't been an hour and a half. We have, however, found plenty of stuff to complain about.
Hmm.
But at least it doesn't destroy the Jedi as thoroughly as other issues have.
Yeah, it's fucking comparative suffering for the Jedi. Like they have butchered the Jedi over the past few years in terms of like promoting them as like hypocrites. Or maybe they're trying to do that very totally original. Ooh, maybe the good guys exist in a bit of a gray area. Fucking.
I mean, they're trying to hint at that with Kevin Scott's latest run, but it's not exactly working because you kind of need to set that up a lot better, more competently than he did.
Yeah,
maybe have a little hint of subtlety here and there, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think creating people being in a gray area works retroactively. A hero has to be sort of an anti-hero from the start so that then you believe the actions that they do from there on. You can't then go back and then present everyone as a bit of like an anti-hero sometimes because they originally started with the Jedi being the holier than thou Puritans. You know the hero space knights of the original 3 films.
Yeah.
Because at that point, if you retroactively do it, everyone's going to think that, oh, these Jedi are a bit of a dickheads. And then you start rooting for the heel a little bit.
Yeah, the Jedi in High Republic come off more as the judge from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, for Count Frollo?
Yes.
God, I love Count Frollo. Yeah, wait, no, don't compare the Jedi to that man. Like, I love Count Frollo.
Yeah, but
he's not a hit.
Point is, he's an actual villain that thinks he's righteous.
Well, I mean, he is a bit of a hypocrite as well, but then again, when is a Disney villain not a hypocrite? But
I will say this, though. The difference here is that he's actually competently written.
Yeah.
Started out from
yeah.
the very beginning to be exactly that.
Mm.
Whereas High Republic Jedi, you were meant to sympathize with them from the beginning.
Yeah.
Which really, really shows just how morally warped and evil the people that are writing this comic are. That this is what they associate with.
Well, I immediately knew they were morally warped from the moment they started pushing a fucking lesbian relationship in our face when there's clearly a more serious thing that we're supposed to be invested in.
Mm.
As in, like, the rescuing of the Jedi, not two clam smashers worried about having feelings for each other.
Well, remember how this comic started? What with them leading two groups of civilians to their deaths just so they could mac.
Yeah. Again, again, they want us to care about this big sort of background plot of, like a very serious mission, to rescue the Jedi friends that are trapped in a ship. But meanwhile, like, I don't know, like, two fish enthusiasts are just going at it in the background, like smacking lips with each other. And
or associate says clam smashers. Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, there's other phrases you could use.
Yeah, clam smashers. You can take that one with you, Duros. I can give you a bunch more later if you want.
Dodger Dodgers?
Yes.
Winter's King says, Happy St. Patrick's Days, Aaron Gabra. Yeah, this comic is not good. I do not recommend reading this. It is not as bad as the other High Republic Adventures comics that Daniel Jose Older has made. But this particular issue is still bad. It's just not as terrible. It's kind of there's not as much to say about it because at least the issues are kind of self-contained in the bad writing and not the complete destruction of the Jedi Order as, the Jedi Order used to be. So yeah, is there anything else you have to add?
I mean, I was gonna say like, it's not as bad as some of the other comics that he's done, but I think choosing which comics are like the worst or choosing which comics are the best is like asking somebody, "Oh, where's your favorite place to get AIDS?"
Yeah.
It's like there's gonna be no good answers. Like everyone loses in this situation.
Yes. Diego Hernandez says, "What did I join into?" You joined into us finishing off the latest... Oop, I got a phone call. Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to call it, but yeah.
It's probably Daniel Jose Older tuning into the stream going, "Heard you was talking shit, boy." Answer the phone, you fuck. You reckon you could write a better lesbian relationship than I can?
Well, for one thing, I wouldn't focus on that. I would actually focus on the overall story. The fact that those characters are that would be...
You wouldn't focus on a lesbian relationship, you fucking bigot. You bigot.
I mean...
How dare you?
My point is, even you can have it, but it needs to take it needs to take a back seat to this because this is more important. No one... Or to put it another way, nobody cares who you fucking bang.
Yeah.
Just so long as they're adults, is all I'm going to say.
You literally have a universe full of laser swords, alien races, planets, space travel, and the most important thing you want to focus on are two people that for some reason just don't like male genitalia. They'd rather smash the fish markets together rather than be with a dude. Like oh wow, riveting, show me the laser swords for fuck's sake.
Well, I think we're in a good spot to go ahead and call it, though, so... Anything else you'd like to
add? If you are going to buy this comic, it's cheaper than toilet paper, so there's that.
You can find it for free on YouTube. And I'm not just talking about my stuff. There's actually a channel dedicated to just showing High Republic comics on YouTube because they're just doing that badly.
Hey, like I said, it's cheaper than toilet paper, so if you want to save money on toilet paper, use it.
Fair point. So yeah, I think we can go ahead and call it. So yeah, this has been Ace.
And this has been Nathan X2000. Thank you again for having me on. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for being on, and we hope to see you all again soon. Until then, take care. Ace out.